So, hello and welcome to what is probably the finale of this run, we hope, after a little bit of real life interfering and some other minor things coming up. Finally have enough people to wrap this up, and here we go with this, fourth session. I believe in you guys to formulate a plan. Does anybody have a recap? Need a recap?
I might need one.
Y'all naked.
Oh yeah.
With such oh hmm. So you guys were hired by somebody who was gonna pay you a lot of money to fly over here to Egypt. He's got your transport. He's got, presumably upon success, your transport back, and you're gonna kidnap a dryad by the name of Misty Day. She is a druid, it seems. Has somehow created a bit of an oasis slash utopia resort in the middle of the desert that is self-sustaining and a curiosity at worst. It is, in addition to being in the middle of nowhere, 6 hours from the nearest thing that could be considered a town, a nudist colony. So you guys have at your disposal a towel per person, a sultan hat, a pen that I believe is filled with gamma scopoline.
Yes.
Correct.
And all of the rest of your stuff is in the bunkhouse, which is... Did we write that down somewhere, how far away that was?
It wasn't very far, but I don't think we ever really got an actual distance. Other than
10
it's
minutes
away.
Yeah, by camel carriage.
Yeah.
You guys did a whole bunch of adjusting to your new surroundings to kind of intermingle. Big feast thing as a bunch of new people came on the Saturday, I believe it was, for you guys. Katie went and made a new friend. Tilt was there also making a new friend. Not as good of a friend, though it may seem. There was a bunch of trolls there. And then a bunch of other just people that are fairly wealthy. And Val went and got high and got to see the Astral.
Oh yeah.
And it was good. The Astral's a great and interesting place. What else do you guys need recapped? Or what did I forget is probably the better question.
No, that was pretty much it, really.
Yeah.
Just for future reference, I think my knife is still in the Sultan hat.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's in my room.
Oh, you left it in the room?
Yeah, it's under like your bed or something.
Yeah.
Shoot.
All right. Well, guys, do we have a plan? Because I might have an idea to get a plan.
Tilt and I were going to ambush her during the massages or something.
Sorry?
Didn't Tilt make a date with Misty Day? And we were going to kind of ambush her there?
Yeah.
You guys did go to your first massage thing with them.
Oh, am I blanking on that? I'm sorry.
But, you guys still have, I believe, about 5 days to get this all squared away before you're trapped in Egypt with your good friend Wazir.
Wazir!
Yeah.
All right. So I have an idea. First, I have a question for you. Well, we are naked, but oh yeah, no, I think you answered that last time, but I can remember. Do I have my fetishes with me, like the jewelry? So.
I believe we decided that yes, since they were jewelry, and some of the other fancy people were wearing jewelry because I'm so rich I can have fancy jewelry, and I need to show off my wealth. It's really hard to show off wealth when you're naked, so.
Okay. So yeah, I do have a plan that involves Grog, you holding somebody really tight with a hand on his mouth, and that might involve to also go to my gear, I think. I'm trying to. Oh no, I don't have it. Well, no, then no, don't need to get to my gear. Yeah, I'm gonna use a spell on him. I'm gonna mind probe the guy and get everything we can out of his head, like the place, the security, if there are weapons somewhere, everything he knows about here, and then we ditch him up somewhere, and then we have knowledge of the place.
Wants to horribly mind rape somebody.
Yeah.
Good job done.
Yeah, that's not pretty, but
Yeah. Well, it is.
Well,
a
it
thing
works
that
when
you
you're
could
naked.
do.
Yeah, I mean, we're naked.
You don't have to be. It's just going to be really awkward if you are supposed to be naked and are not. Like, there's nothing stopping you from going back and grogging in that door on that little hut and getting your gear.
Yeah, sure.
But
I love how I'm being used as a descriptive term as to how to destroy something.
well, let's look at the people around the little room here, and let's decide honestly who's going to be breaking down the door.
I have deadly hands. Thank you very much.
I'll lockpick it.
I'm not arguing about it. I'm just saying I find it funny. I really honestly do.
Like, where are you going to lockpick it with?
Yeah.
His face.
I'm just saying, if you come
Sheer
up with
force
something
of will.
good, like you go out there and you find some stones and you break them and you chisel them into like some little shards or something,
Let me at him.
I'd be more than happy to let you give that a shot, caveman style. So the ball is in your court. And then silence.
That dead, eerie silence.
Yeah, well,
The naked silence,
I just
if you would.
asked you, what do you think about the plan? Well, what I proposed.
Tolt is hardly against mind rape. We have found his ethical line. But business is business.
I'm not a fan, but I'm willing to go along if it gets us what we need. But I'm still thinking, so I might come up with something else.
You guys do have time. You can simply wind the clock and find, the next morning, do other stuff, or like, I don't know what your plan is.
Tilt wants to take like 2 days just to actually enjoy it.
Okay, I mean, it is a
and-
resort, so that is a thing.
And get his edge back.
That is also a thing that you could do. If you guys want to just chill and do some more recon, we can totally do that.
We might need to find out why the other trolls are here. I mean, if there's an abnormal amount of them, which is what you were alluding to, find out just what parties are actually here and involved in whatever.
Sure. For a rich people place, this is every once in a while you might see like one well-to-do troll, but seeing a bunch of them here is definitely a curiosity and is something that you could totally investigate if you wished.
My curiosity definitely would, especially with the fact of it being a bunch of trolls. I could probably investigate it with minimal problem, considering I am one as well.
I support this decision.
So you gonna do that the next morning?
Yeah, I will. And then I figure that afternoon we can also grab this guy that needs to get mind whammied, and I'll help out Val with doing a whole mind whammy thing if he needs my help with it. I don't know the specifics of it.
Afterwards.
Yeah, I don't know the specifics of it. So, because I mean, you're venturing into areas that I got no clue about, being magic and adept, and I can't just hit it with a club.
Well, the hitting with the club happens afterwards because, well, he will know what happened to him. So we have to get rid of the guy afterwards and try to hide the body somewhere.
Or don't let them see your faces. Well, I mean,
Yeah, but still, that is booked.
yeah.
So yeah, that involves getting rid of someone at some point.
Alright.
So it better be really just before we actually do the extraction.
Okay.
Or if we have enough to drug them.
All right, so it's not something you want to do like right now type deal.
Oh no.
That was my understanding, is that you wanted to do it like right now.
Yeah.
My bad.
Well, if
Gotcha.
I just realized myself that we couldn't do this right now. So sorry, maybe I was misleading because I was misleading myself.
Oh, okay. There is that.
Alright, so dawn will come with rosy fingers the next morning. Breakfast will be served. It's a very light fruit, nothing that's on the heavy or the seedier side. Um, just a little bit of melon, and a couple of different kinds, but that's really all they're gonna lay out for you guys. Most everybody, comes and goes through eating, grabbing plates and stuff. Idle chit chat crops up. The trolls are off on their own, probably because they're giant trolls, and there's only so much troll-friendly seating that is available.
Uh-huh. I'm going to look for some of these said trolls.
Yeah, they're off to the side at breakfast.
All right. Well, I'm definitely going to move over towards them. Are they eating the same melon stuff?
Yeah, they're eating the same food. As you approach, one of them is going to get up and kind of put up a hand to stop you.
Okay.
He'll let me assume the troll posture here. Who goes there? He's in German.
Oh, okay. Well, in my thickest German accent, I'll do. My name is Grog, and you would be?
He's gonna look at you. Gonna look you up and down in a very. You've been eyeballed by security guys. This guy is very clearly a security guy.
Uh-huh.
Looking around the other four trolls at the table, three of them just have a very relaxed thing, and there's one other guy there who's very much like a all business security dude.
Okay.
And then it is two male and a female troll are the other ones. And
All right.
he ignores your questioning of who he is, because he is obviously security and he doesn't need to answer your questions. So
Okay.
what do you need?
Well, I was coming over from for some chit chat to see what brings fellow trolls way the hell out here into BFE, where they obviously don't know what meat is and how to serve it. Was wondering to see if you guys might have had a line on something that had meat in it, other than melon stuff.
You will hear a hearty laugh from one of the older trolls, the oldest looking troll at the table. Matthias, sit down. He's clearly not carrying any weapons. And he just gets this look of
Matthias, sit, Ubu, sit.
He looks at you and looks back to the guy who's clearly in charge, and is like, gives it a little. He turns the guys on over his back to his left rather than turn to his left to go back and sit down. He turns to his right so he can't see him, making the face. Come,
He
Grog.
pouts.
Grog, you said your name was. Please have a seat. Enjoy your time amongst your brethren.
I'll walk over and sit down and. Sorry, Matthias. Didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
He
Okay, maybe I did, but
he grumpily crosses his arms and gives you the God, if we just weren't naked, and I would tase the shit out of you and throw you out of here.
So yeah, I'm gonna make some small talk. You know what any line on real food?
They're gonna, uh, the older troll, who will introduce himself. Let me, I got his name over here, as Berthold.
Random,
The
random name generator.
No, this one isn't random.
Oh.
There should probably be a prince in front of that. He is Prince Berthold VI of the Black Forest Troll Kingdom. And he says,
Or-
sadly, no, they have misguided ideals on food, but not on relaxation or atmosphere, as you can see. And then,
Yeah, it's kind of odd having this kind of atmosphere in the middle of nowhere. I really kind of am surprised by it.
it's a minor miracle. And the lady troll will pipe up with this. Yeah, is beautiful and stunning and everything we wish for at home.
Right. Um. So how do I'll be honest. I don't usually deal with royalty. Address you as Your Highness. Address you as Bartholomew.
He
Address you as Dude.
he waves you off.
Chummer.
Uh, the other guy who's not security has got a smile on his face, and it's like, truth be told, I hate all of that. Amongst us, we are kin. We are all troll here.
Okay. So what brings you guys way out here? I mean, I know why I'm out. I'm just out here on business. Been told to come take a look at this place, see if it's actually decent for a corporate escape, if you know what I mean. And why you? I don't usually see 4 or 5 trolls running together, escaping anywhere.
Do you have any kind of political or history kind of knowledges that might be relevant,
Oh, let me check it out.
or anything super racist that you might?
Well, I'm super racist, yeah, but because that's me. Or was. Knowledge is. Why are my knowledges not working right for my brain right now? No, I don't think I do.
Maybe I should look at your character sheet then, rather than taking your presumed. All right, you want to just roll like 3 dice for? No, let's give you 5. Let's give you 2 for being a super racist in the past. So if you want to just roll 5 dice, we'll see what I might be able to tell you quickly about the Black Forest Troll Kingdom. So with 2 hits, you know that quite a while ago, we're talking 30 or so years, there was a bit of a kind of like an uprising
Okay.
where a bunch of trolls fought off a bunch of people and they have claimed this land that is now the Black Forest Troll Kingdom. It is part of the thing that is interesting about it from like the secession / making their own area is that like there's a lot of magically awakened bullshit going on there, which helped with the trolls claiming it.
Okay, so these guys might actually have a little more knowledge about the magically awakened aspect of whatever in the world is happening here.
Yeah. And as you ask
Maybe.
them, you know, like, what they are doing here, it's like, we were invited. Miss Day has reached out to us personally, and we are sent as envoy to inspect and see. She wishes to gather information about some of the local flora and fauna of our wonderful kingdom, and normally outsiders aren't as
Wanted.
welcomed. And he says that with a little bit of like, you ain't troll, you ain't nothing.
Yeah, I get you.
You got no tusks, I don't want to talk to you.
So she's asking you to freely share knowledge about our homeland?
Yes, the forest is
Is it kingdom? I mean,
yeah, it is like they straight up have a king.
yeah, no, that's what I'm actually telling him. I'm
Okay.
actually saying that to
Okay.
him. It's like, they want you to actually share this information with them? Okay. I'm going to lean in. I was like, how is it that, obviously, forgive me, I'm not inclined magically to in tune with nature. The closest I come to it is the side of vegetables I usually toss out that comes with my meal.
There's a laugh from the prince.
How is this even possible? Her doing this? Because I mean, this Misty Day girl is apparently the bee's knees when it comes to like nature and stuff. To be able to pull this kind of thing off in the middle of a desert.
He'll take a bite of his melon as the lady troll will speak up with through teamwork, ancient rites, and no amount of small sacrifice on her behalf, I'm sure.
Oh, so she bribed something. Emphasis on the thing.
Bribe is such a dirty word for the solemn pact that are made between mortal and spirit.
You did come from Berlin, right?
I don't know where exactly it is in relation to
I'm
Berlin
just-
off the top of my head.
Germany, it's the closest thing I can think of. So, you're saying bribe is a dirty word for where we come from?
There's a
Come on now,
dirty
time to be
word
honest.
for when one is dealing with the astral entities that populate the all aspects of life, really. You cannot. Let me ask you this:
Sure.
to a spirit of plant, a thing which does not need to eat, does not need to drink, does not need to breathe, what do you bribe it with?
A spirit of plant that doesn't eat, breathe, or drink. I'm presuming you're meaning that it doesn't take any of its nutrients from things like sunlight, water, soil. The only thing that I could feasibly bribe it with, since I don't consume plant, would be something akin to the lays of setting aside a set of land for it, that it would not be encroached upon by what they call civilization.
That is an interesting answer. Although I shall struggle for the word for a minute. Although good for someone of limited understanding.
Yeah, I ain't magic. I take it you are? Can you maybe at some later point in time educate me on some of what's going on here so I have a better understanding?
She will look to the prince. Is like, this is the assistant of our chief agriculturalist. She has been brought here to assist me in some of the areas that I do not fully understand myself yet. We could see about having a moment, since security seems to have, and he'll look over his shoulders at them, settled down. See no reason why we could not talk freely for a while.
Fair enough. Let me go and let my other group of friends, the people who I've arrived here with, know that I'm going to be indisposed for a while, so they don't try to bother me. I'll be right back if you'll excuse me, sir.
He will give a small nod, a courtly nod, if
What was
one
that? What was that guy's name? What was that Bart? That the security guy?
Berthold.
Matthias?
No, Matthias. I'm gonna get up. I'll give a small curtly nod. Don't worry, Matthias. I can show myself out. And I'm gonna walk out.
As you're like in an open air area with a couple of tables and benches set up, just kind of like
Exactly. Yeah, he's not. He can't escort me. I'm gonna go find the others and we'll
sure.
talk
Are
to
you
him
guys
and let
doing
him
anything
know.
else in the morning?
Well, no, just naked yoga and
Naked yoga is good. You feel great, by the way. This is amazing. They do kind of set everybody up in a straight line, like half circle style, not like, so you're not staring at somebody's naked ass the whole time.
Aw.
uh,
But the floor is yours. Guys.
I
Guys,
got
what
nothing.
else do you guys want to do?
Telt is relaxing.
yeah, naked yoga and drinking kale juice.
Sure.
I guess when all else fails, roll
And
for
maybe get
perception.
laid.
With all those- That's a good rule. It's a good rule.
I mean, it's entirely plausible.
Yeah, see if just anything out of the ordinary, I guess, counts, right?
Right?
So it's like gotta roll.
So what do you want to? You said you were looking for anything out of the ordinary. What are you doing to do that? Where are you going? Where are you? What's your plan of action with that? Unless, no, I'm not muted. You guys are just a little.
Yeah. No, just a little behind today. Getting back
Nice.
into it.
That's fine. So yeah, no, you want to go look for stuff that was unusual. Where do you want to go do that at?
I thought we were still relaxing. Are we actually up and moving?
It's up to you guys. Grog went and talked to his fellow trolls. Presumably, he wanted to let you know that he met royalty. And you guys are.
Well, maybe I'm gonna try to fraternize too and go to the sauna. This is a good place to have confessions sometimes.
Sure. What kind of person are you attempting to interrogate?
Eh,
Oh, interrogate is
So-
such a dirty word. We
so-
can't
so-
use
some-
that here.
somebody who looks like he comes back often, so he or she, somebody who seems to come back often to this place and who seems familiar with the settings.
Sure.
Just listening to conversations here and there. If they're hinting that they come back often or something.
Sure. Let's get a perception test to see how much stuff you pick up, and then we'll see how quality of a person you're able to isolate.
All right.
Hey, Bamce, while he's doing that, I would like to go and find somebody who actually works here.
Sure. So 3 hits, you can get a. Let's be generous. Let's give it a. You're an elf, right?
No, I'm human.
No, you're a human. All right, and it'll be a very pretty elven woman.
All right.
You managed to overhear something about her going to the saunas and her little clique of friends that she is with saying, it's like, again? It's fine. And off she will go.
All right. Well, seems like this is the perfect opportunity. So I will wait a little bit and then go to the sauna.
Okay. It is made of a bunch of different woods that you don't quite recognize. They have the heated stones that are there with the little buckets of water that are from some spring somewhere on property. A couple of different wood chips that you could put in there for different scents or flavors, however you want to talk about a sauna. It's cozy.
All right. Well, I'll find a place to sit. Are we? Are there other people, or just the two of us?
There are two other people that seem to be engaged in their own conversation off across the sauna.
All right. Well, I will give a little nod of the head to everyone when I come in, and I will sit not too close, but not too far either from the target.
The man from the other group gives you a very appreciative nod.
All right. I am aware that I might be attracting some strange looks, though, because of the tattoos.
Oh, this wasn't a strange look.
Oh,
This was
it was
It's probably away from my woman. Look.
it was a oh my.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
The real test begins.
All right. Well, and then I will sit, and at some point I will try to engage conversation with the elven woman.
Sure. Do you want to go ahead and give me just like an etiquette roll to start off with, and we'll see how receptive she is to your conversation as a whole,
Okay.
or as to whether or not she is really in the mood. It's like, I'm busy.
Oh, don't worry. Okay, get. Just checking. Get a +2 here. I guess I don't. Well, I don't get the bonuses from the suits and everything because I'm naked.
Sure don't. You get a bonus with that guy if you want to go talk to him.
No. Uh, just check my mental spirit. To make sure it's the right one. No, it's not. All right. So only 11 dice, which is already good.
It's not bad. Just don't bomb it. That's good. That's fine. You're just having a small casual conversation. You're not trying to pry anything from her yet.
Yet.
So yeah, let me click the name button, and I'll get her a name. Oh no, where'd my name button go? Shit, I lost it. So unprepared. She introduces herself as Catherine, and begins to make idle chit chat about how much she loves the saunas and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm going to lead on the conversation, speaking about the saunas and the different spas and public baths I frequent in Berlin, my favorite ones, their history.
She will make the comment that she has never been to Berlin. She has blonde hair, blue eyes, very Nordic. Actually from Iceland, because I remember seeing a thing one time where they have crazy sauna competitions up there.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. What do you want to try and get out of her?
Well, I will try and wait if maybe the other two people are gonna leave at some point. Because I'm gonna do things.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll your edge real quick?
All right.
Let's see.
I don't have much of that though.
Let's see whether or not they stay here forever, or if they go away and leave you alone.
All right. No, they'll stay here forever.
So worse than that, the guy who didn't wink at you leaves, and then the other guy, he kind of, bids goodbye to his buddy, and he kind of sits across from you. He leans back, puts his arms on the side of the bench there, spreads his legs nice and wide, kind of like stretching. It's like, hey.
All right.
He's settling in for the long haul.
Well, if the conversation goes well, at some point I will invite the woman to go elsewhere. Maybe have a refreshment after the sauna,
I imagine this
or
is
maybe she
after
wants to do
a,
one of those crazy Nordic things and getting into a bucket, like dropping a bucket of ice on ourselves.
I feel like that's become some kind of crazy tradition in the future because of people doing it on the YouTubes.
Yeah,
Um,
but that's what they do in Norway and so on. They get out of the sauna and they jump in the snow directly.
she's like, well, there's not a lot of snow around here, but
No, but
maybe.
we can get buckets of ice at the bar.
But she'll. You want to give me one more etiquette test to see how well that your overall conversation has been going, and whether or not she's up for uh, leaving, or if she wants to stay in the sauna.
Oh,
Nah, she's good. She likes the sauna. Um,
okay.
she's like, if you've had enough, I'll just catch up with you later.
Okay, well, maybe we can have dinner tonight if you want.
Sure, I'll talk to my friends and see if they've made plans, and then I can find you later. And she'll kind of point to wherever you predominantly have a lot of tattoos in a small cluster. It's like makes you very easy to remember. The guy across the sauna from you is doing that, like, I'm very obviously paying attention to your conversation, but trying to not pay attention to your conversation. Trying to make it look like I'm not paying attention.
Ah, okay. All right, and then I leave.
Someone developed a fanboy.
Sure. Did you want any just like surface level stuff information out of her, perhaps, or were you going straight for the mind probing?
Oh no, I wanted to I wanted to have some surface information.
Sure. What kind of
Like
surface
if she
information
could
would you
show
like?
me show me around, if she knows the place very well and so on, and get
So she's been here a couple of times. She is able to tell you about some of the better events. Like, she talks about how great the sauna is a lot. That maybe it's the best one that she's ever been to, and explains the whole Nordic tradition of roasting yourself alive in a sauna. Um, then some of the other things, she says that there was like a like a formal dance that they used to do. Formal's the wrong word for it, but like, um, I have this very terrible image of like one of those high school dances in my head, um, where they used to do that, but they don't do that anymore because a lot of people got kind of skeeved out from being naked a lot. The And she'll tell you about a bunch of the other events. She'll tell you that Misty is great. She is the most easy to approach person. She loves having conversations with her about everything going on here, and even made some suggestions of changes that they could make to the sauna last time she was here, and is happy to have seen them implemented.
Okay.
Does anybody else want to do anything, or should we pop over to Grog?
I have a plan, but I think it's going to take a little while. I decided what I want to do, so if we want to wrap up
Sure.
Grog's thing, we can do that first.
Sure. And what did Grog want to do to wrap up Grog's thing?
Well, first, Grog is going to go find somebody who looks like they actually work here,
Mm-hmm.
and might not be too shy about talking about things that are not normally here. Mainly somebody who looks like they're ferrying around some of the food.
Sure. You can very easily harangue a waiter or some other food
Yeah.
service professional if you like.
So I'll stop the guy, girl, whatever. Like,
Let's
all right,
make him
Summer.
a shorter human man, so that he is completely intimidated by everything about Grog and is basically eye to navel with you.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, Chummer, look, we got a situation here. There's a problem.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir. What can I do for you?
Meat.
Meat.
Not melon, not vegetable. I'm not a plant. I'm a carnivore. I kind of need some meat,
He
like
will
stuff to cook.
he will have that awkward moment of where like he tries to not meet your eyes because he's got to look like 3 feet up, and does that thing where he's like, and then he looks down and is like, oh, that's a giant troll penis, and he's like,
Damned if you do, damned if you don't, bud. Watch what
I'm,
you're doing.
I'm sorry, sir, but
You got you. Come on, I know you guys got some of that secret stash that you'd normally only break out for oh my god events.
I mean, we don't really
What's it going to take? I'm not going to go advertising it. It's not going to be demonstrated because I sure as hell am not wanting to share.
he's just gonna like, and he's gonna look back and forth. Do you want to? Let me think for a second on how they could actually get some meat here. You want to roll your intimidation on him? We'll see how much you're putting the screws to this guy, and we'll see what's up. Oh, oh my. So he'll have a moment where he's kind of looking around and trying to decide where it is polite to look at you with.
I will if I have to like lean down so it's a little more polite for him so he's not as uncomfortable, I will.
That will help him greatly. It's like, sir, and he'll look around as people are just like, you know, are there any people that are paying attention to what I'm about to say? It'll take some time.
How much?
We're not in the most accessible of locations, and Misty really doesn't like the idea of meat here. But one of they work the welcome station. They have contact with the outside. They might be able to arrange some of the locals to get something. And,
all right,
but it'll take time. Because
I will tell you what. Make this happen for me. Make this happen for me by let's see, it's morning now. I'd say tonight.
You do remember that the closest thing that qualifies as a living place is about 6 hours away.
Yeah, that's why I said tonight.
Okay.
I'm not expecting it like right now.
Oh,
I
no,
mean, you said it was still early morning when we just got up, so
yeah, it's probably before lunchtime still.
You make this happen for me tonight, and I will make a sizable donation of yen to you directly, along with the understanding that nobody's going to know where I got it from.
Where you got what from, sir?
Exactly. Can we make this happen tonight?
I can give it my best try, sir.
Please do, and then I will go try to find the rest of the group and let them know some of what's going on.
Sure. The rest of the crew is pretty easy to locate. Ike, did you have something you wanted to do before the rest of the group got together, or is this with the rest of the group thing?
No, actually, this is a task. I want to split off. I was talking to Liam about it. I guess I'll play to my character strength and go for. I want to like kind of slink off and try and see if I can break into an office or something, Misty's office specifically.
Okay.
To try and find something like a schedule or a day plan or something that's going to help us get her alone.
If memory serves, you guys have an idea of where her place is, because you talked with the dwarf, and it was all like, I can't mess with anything in that building. I just built the thing, which I believe is her office.
Yeah, kind of separated from the rest.
Yeah. You want to do this in the middle of the day, or?
Well, I mean, now if it's convenient. I mean, I was talking to Tilt. He's relaxing right now, but he's willing to tag along unless. I guess we are taking some time, so we don't have to do it now.
That is.
If he wants to regain edge.
It is 100% up to you guys on when you want to do this and who you want to bring with you.
Liam, you want to weigh in here?
I would prefer to have like at least 2 edge under my belt before doing anything that could get us caught.
Sure.
Which would be another day.
Okay, I won't rush it then, since I
Not a
know
problem.
we are trying to take time.
I'm happy that there's a plan of action.
I think if Leon can cover me with his social skills between the two of us, if we get into any trouble.
I was going to say that sounds like it'd be a great thing. You mean you're resting most of today and entertaining and enjoying yourself and whatnot. I think later tonight, when events are transpiring, would be a good option. Find out what the schedule of events is for today, so you know where she's going to be.
Also, we if we do end up getting caught, I don't want to have anybody. I mean, Liam and I arrived together, so Tilt and I arrived together. So I figure people know we're together. What I wanted to ask you is it obvious that we are with Val and Grog here in this location?
To my understanding, you guys have been meeting up, like,
Okay.
fairly regularly, including going into one or the other's, like, private domicile.
Because I would prefer for them to deny everything, but we could also find out how much security she has. If we do get caught, we know there's like a spirit watching or something we missed along the way.
Sure. Yeah, no, Grog has some interesting information, and Val has a little bit of information as well. Somebody's making a lot of noise. And Val, do you want to hide from your admirer, or if he approaches you, do you want to?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
Definitely in the sense that I won't hesitate to use my spell of invisibility.
Okay. Sure. Do you want to go ahead and roll a?
Val is a Vori that has avoided prison his whole life, and Vori and they have a strong understanding of what prison means because they existed first in the gulags. Some of the tattoos they wear actually means they are rapists or they've been raped or they are good to be raped. So yeah, he is very scared of that guy right now.
He just wants to be friendly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, at the very least, if the guy tries too much, Val's going to use his spell of influence to drive him away.
Okay. No, it was like a in the future thing if I ever felt the need to harass you about it. But if you're going so far as to use magic to obscure your presence, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, or just alter his mind and, make him go do something else.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe do something for us. I'll keep that in mind.
Sure.
We can turn that.
You could totally strut yourself out there and like throw the proverbial lure and draw him out.
What does it mean? Throw the laurel?
You ever the lure like fishing?
Oh yeah. Okay.
So he would definitely be easy for you to locate should you want to put up with his advances.
Okay. Yeah. Well, maybe it could be an asset at some point, or at least a meat shield.
So, you guys got anything else? Like, I think Grog wanted to talk to you guys about some ideas, or do you want to wait until nighttime and sneaky?
The only thing I really want to talk to is just share the information that I got from the other trolls. And then once I just share them, hey, this is why these guys are here, yada, yada, something about bargaining. I'm going to try to find out some more. And then I'm going to go back and talk to the trolls while ribbing the security guard. Because from my standpoint of security, I kind of know the trouble he's going through. So lightly rib him, but with the understanding of, I really do feel sorry for you because your life right now sucks.
Yeah, it's like you have to be naked and stop other people naked from that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. So as long as he understands that it's in all good fun.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
That'll give us a chance. If we could, just explain our plan. I guess it's probably given, but we'll share everything we know.
Yep, you guys have met up, conversed over brunch, with just served with a little bit of cantaloupe. Um, you guys are gonna tell them about your plan to sneak in and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so because I want to warn them that if we do get caught, it's best for everybody to deny our knowledge of our plan. You know, not to try and come and save us right away.
We are just delightful friends that you made at this resort.
Because to be fair, we didn't arrive together.
Yeah.
I don't know if that counts for anything.
You're fans of my work. Of the theater.
The lie roll that you bombed.
Uh,
Okay, so let's just we'll short this up before we go to our first break. Croc? What do you want to talk to the other trolls about?
Well, I had made the starting inference to be able to sit down with the female troll who was the more magic-y person, just so I can try to get a better understanding of just what is going on here, the gravity of maybe what kind of entities she had to make a deal with to get to this type of establishment. Because like I said, I literally am completely out of my element. I don't know anything about magic. And I'm trying to get some more information because I've made that understanding. Knowledge will help me in the battlefield, so I kind of know what I'm going against.
Sure.
Maybe you should take me with you then. I know a thing or two about magic.
That is.
You're just trying to run away from your boy toy that's chasing you.
Just position.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with bringing you. I don't know how the other trolls are going to react to it, because I haven't gotten a feeling as to where they sit as far as interracial minglings and why they're actually here. They all seem to be separate, off to themselves, doing stuff. If I will ask before I just bring him along, just because I'm not wanting to step on a prince's toes, if he cares if I bring a friend over who has some inkling as to what's going on here. But if they're uncomfortable with it, then I'll have to decline. I'll just have to go myself.
As you wish, but just know that I can, be very agreeable to people, and people tend to have to like having me around. And a little smile.
Did you pick up any ranks in the etiquette skill yet? Right. This does not look like if your
it does
character.
not look like I have.
Sure. Do you want to go ahead and try and roll me some etiquette, and let's see how well the idea of
I got a whole 1 of etiquette there.
you have edge. I believe in you. See? So yeah, no, they would not be. Which do you bring up first? The fact that he is not a troll, or the fact that he is magic?
Damn, Mike. I'll bring up the fact that he's magic first,
Okay, so
because they seem to be more inclined towards that.
yeah, they will be. She will be interested to talk to somebody else that is gifted in the arts, and when you tell that he's not a troll, you'll see that her enthusiasm drops a little bit. But this is the opportunity for her to show off, like, oh, let me drop some knowledge here.
Yeah.
So they will. Val, you get the visual third degree from everybody here. They are literally looking down upon you.
And I will definitely express to him about this being royalty, and yeah, careful.
I'm not used to be the one who's being ostracized by trolls.
It'll be interesting should you try to bring that up.
Yeah.
But Grog, as you were here earlier, you'll notice that as they are in front of he is here. It's a lot more stricter and more rigid because he ain't a
Okay.
troll.
At that point, I will not give the security guy grief.
Okay.
I won't smart off. I will be proper. I will be professional, and I will maintain it, seeing the change in stature, if you will.
Sure. So, just so we can go to break quickly, what do you want to get out of her as far as magical bullshit?
Um, what would disrupt this kind of oasis? As trying, how this kind of thing came into being, and what from the outside would really disrupt this, because we're wanting to make sure this stays the way it is for my corporation to actually come over here and view this. And then how nature is actually interacting here, because it seems it's like polar opposites. So Is it like is it a tense thing? Is it a peaceful coexistence? Is it a, hey, this is my turf, but I'm letting you be here because you're paying me money type deal? You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
So, just to fast track it a little bit, the major disruptions aren't going to come from the people side of things. Like, unless everybody who was involved in the ritual magic and the spirit packs and all of that other bullshit disappeared or were killed or their packs were broken, dependent upon, like, obviously they don't know how they made their individual agreements, right? So if they do something to ruin those, then the desert would begin to reclaim its own. But for the moment, it seems as though the spirits of air and earth and plant and water are all kind of brought on board with this idea of the changed landscape. Um, like if they talk about if a great fire were to be unleashed upon it, as long as everybody survived and the spirits themselves weren't physically harmed, which is really hard to do given as they're not always physically manifest. Um, it would begin to return to the state that it is in now, minus any of the actual physical damage to the buildings. Like they're not going to rebuild the buildings, but they will uh, reinforce or rejuvenate the
I get
landscape.
what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Good, because I was struggling there for some words.
Yeah, I understood. Yeah, I got you. All right. And then, I'm looking to Val to kind of get more of an understanding, because he's understanding a lot more of this than what I would. So,
Right.
Yeah, well, I was wondering. I mean, if the spirits of the plants and water and earth and everything are working together to make this happen, isn't there another force that's being destroyed for that? I mean, does the desert itself as a spirit, and maybe is he harmed by these people, and maybe he wants to claim his territory back?
She'll give it a think for a moment. There could be other spirits of air and earth and fire and plants in the area, but perhaps they could be, shall we say, influenced into disagreement with their cousins. However, the spirits have long memories and long lifetimes, and for just kind of wave her hand in the air. All of memory, this area has been a desert. Maybe they are willing to try something new.
Interesting. And you talked about ritual magic. It means that there are several ritualists here.
She will nod.
Mm, is there a way to recognize them here?
Are you not gifted with the astral sight?
Unfortunately, I'm not a full-fledged mage. I'm what some of you may consider an handicapped, awakened person. I'm a mystic adept.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. To be offered to be gifted, to be lucky enough to be gifted, but to be unlucky enough to be crippled. Sorry.
Well, it's the will of Raven, and I make do with that. No, I get other benefits, and I smile.
Her expression doesn't change from the "oh, you poor child" thing, because you clearly don't understand.
Yeah, well,
You're also
you don't
not a troll, so
you don't miss what you don't know you're missing.
Double
so.
whammy.
It's like growing up with a father. If you never had one, how can you miss it?
Some dark perspective. He's right.
something like that. Yeah. And with that, let's take our first break.